I'm pretty connected to the community down there. You know, I'm not down there as much as some of the other people in my family, but you know, obviously I was there for 7 years and have a lot of friends there.
And this is Gaither High School's football team in the blue there. Number 89 is James Dungy, Tony's son, who plays for Gaither High School right now. 6'4", 180-pound outside linebacker, and I'm sure that kid knows a lot about defense. Of course, the Dungys still live here in the area, and they do a lot of great things in our community. You know, Tony Dungy has done everything possible to downplay his return here tonight, but I think it's a tribute to his class and professionalism that so many folks here in this city still love Tony and everything he did for the Buccaneers. That said, Tony couldn't quite find the answers to get this team over the hump in the playoffs. That was evident. Now here's Dan Lucas on Tony's abrupt departure from Tampa Bay and his hopeful return as a conquering hero.
Touch this thing. You can't discount the contributions of Coach Dungy and where he brought this team.
The Dungy era was over. The Bucs were headed to Super Bowl 37, but no one wanted to forget.
He's carried himself in a way that, you know, I like to carry myself as a human being, very well respected. For him being a spiritual man, his beliefs, and that leads over, you know, to his family and the respect people has for us.
The dagger's in. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
There was a part of Tony Dungy on the field that historic day in San Diego, and while it was John Gruden's house, there's no mistaking who built the foundation.
Yeah, the new head coach of the Buccaneers, Tony Dungy.
When Tony Dungy was hired in 1996, the Bucs were coming off their 13th straight losing season. He inherited the ugliest uniforms in the league, but he would also take control of 3 promising young players on defense in Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, and John Lynch.
Tony came in and you know, gave us something to believe in, gave us some consistency. You know, there wasn't constant overhauling of personnel. There wasn't constant changing of the system. He gave us a way in which you were going to play football, a blueprint for how you're going to be a successful football team.
And while that first season saw the Bucs go 6-10, Dungy's defensive philosophy began the team's transformation to contender.
Bucs win! Bucs win! Bucs win! We're going to Lambeau.
A 10-6 year in '97 was capped by the Bucs' first postseason victory since 1979. The team hasn't had a losing season since. Dungy was the toast of Tampa Bay. Fans and players respected his calm demeanor. He led by example, not words. That's where the Bay Area would find out about Tony Dungy, the person. His volunteer work and charities, from Family First to Fellowship of Christian Athletes, helped turn the team into a part of the community. Those banners you see in the end zone at Raymond James are a lasting legacy for the Tony Dungy era. The cute play on names and words are the Bucs' way of giving back to the community. Derek Brooks' organization, Brooks' Bunch, has grown into a national example of athletes making a difference. And it comes as no surprise that on the group's trip to South Africa in 2000, Tony Dungy and wife Lauren were there.
The kids had a chance to see someone that I had, a model that I looked to in my life for guidance. I had a chance to bring that person to my Brooks Bunch. That was more important to me than my own relationship with him.
But we'd all learned firsthand that pro football is a bottom-line business.
We're going to miss him, but we'll begin looking for a new coach after this.
Opinion following the 2001 season was divided. Some said Dungy's offense lacked the power to win a title. Most agreed Dungy was the best thing that ever happened to the Bucs. Regardless, the man who led the team to 4 playoff appearances and nearly a Super Bowl was out of a job, left packing on a rainy night at One Buck Place.
Obviously, there's going to be a lot of emotion there on both sides. There are people you have a lot of love for, but ultimately you want to beat him, and he's going to want to beat us.
Tonight, we come full circle. Dungy returns to the sidelines at Raymond James as the coach of the 4-0 Indianapolis Colts. And though he'll be the enemy when the ball is kicked, it'll be comforting to peek over to the Colts bench and remember one of the greatest Buccaneers of all time. Dan Lucas, News Channel 8 Sports.
Thank you, Dan. And you're looking at a live picture of Clyde Christensen, the former offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers, who's still working for Tony, and he's visiting with some of his old friends as well. We'd like to welcome in an old friend, Rich McKay, the Bucs general manager. And Rich, you worked pretty closely with Tony. The two of you brought this team out of the doldrums. Just talk a little bit about what Tony did terms of playing the young guys early that really helped this team get to the Super Bowl?
Well, what Tony did first, JP, is he gave us a chance. He brought stability to a very unstable situation. It wasn't a winning franchise. It was a franchise that was in the middle of a stadium fight. We needed somebody to come in and say, hey, let's build from the ground up. Let's take the Sapps and the Brooks and the Lynches, who were already on campus, but let's give them a chance to flourish, and let's try to accumulate draft picks. He played young players. He didn't get caught up in free agency, which allowed us to build the foundation. He also changed what I would always say is the culture of the locker. He changed the whole culture, its approach, what we were all about, and he helped us a great deal. I mean, you don't really need to talk about what he did because I think everybody understands him.
Have you had a chance to talk to him this week?
Haven't talked to him this week. I know this has not been a pleasant week for him. This is not a week you want to talk to Tony. This is not the type of thing Tony likes.
Yeah.
You know, he does not like to focus on Tony. His first thing he said to us when he got to Tampa was, you know, I'm happy to do all these community things. I'm happy to go out and speak, but no Tony Dungy show.
That's right.
I will not do anything such as that.
All right, Coach, Rich, let's talk a little bit about tonight's game. Mike Allstott, what's the situation with him?
Ready to go. Mike's had a sore neck. Really, his neck's bothering him for the last 2 weeks. We just wanted to make sure it bothered him a little more this week than we thought it should, so we wanted to run as many tests and have him see as many doctors as we could to make sure we knew what it was. Very comfortable with what it is. He's ready to go. He'll be ready to go tonight.
And what about Shelton Quarles? He's been coming back from that broken forearm. He not going to play tonight?
No, Shelton will not play tonight. He's probably, you know, could he play tonight? Yeah, he could, but I think it's probably on the safe side that you say no tonight and let him have one more week. His arm is healed really well. He's had a good result from the surgery. He's in good condition now. He's ready to go, but let's wait one more week.
All right, Rich, thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy tonight's game.
Thanks very much. Looking forward to it.
All right, up next, we're going to go into trenches with Ian Beckles and, of course, our man, Booger McFarlane. Stay with us. Bringing a beef right there.